5 minutos?
बारिश पड़ने लगी और उससे कृष्ण के शरीर पे जो ताप जो है वो धीरे धीरे उपशम होने लगे। और फिर बादल विचार करने लगे, कृष्ण तो गोचारण करने के लिए जा रहे।
So the clouds out. Krishna is going to graze the cows. He's going behind the cows and calves. So Krishna. So the cloud is also running in the same direction as Krishna is going. The cows and the calves, they don't walk straight. How do they walk? Sometimes they go right side, sometimes left, sometimes front, behind. Especially the cows, female or male cows, small. What do? Sometimes they go a little bit in front, then they turn and come back. Then again, they don't walk straight, they walk like going right side, left, in front. So Krishna, to try to catch these cows, he's running behind them. So what do the clouds do? So if Krishna is going forward, then the cloud is also following, trying to catch Krishna. Trying to come on top of Krishna. But if the cows, they also go behind, then the clouds also go behind, because Krishna goes behind. Just like somebody who is holding the umbrella, Chatradhari, do you know? Like somebody who is holding the umbrella on the head of the king. This is called Chatradhari. Do you understand? One who holds the umbrella over the head of the king is called Raj Chatradhari. What did I say? Raj Chatradhari. Raj king, Chatra umbrella dhari, who is holding. So he keeps the umbrella over the head of the king. So if the king is running right, left, wherever he goes, the person who is holding the umbrella, he's also keeping always the umbrella on the head of the king. That's it. So in the same way, the clouds of Vrindavan, they are always on Krishna, just like an umbrella on him, like over his head. But something amazing happens, that sometimes these clouds, generally we see that when it rains and it's windy, then the clouds, they move so fast and they go farther, they go another place. But in Vrindavan, even though maybe windy, like the clouds, they never come, like they cross over Krishna, like they never go ahead of Krishna. The clouds never go ahead of Krishna. Why? Because this is Mahat Atikramena, means to cross. You should never go ahead, Mahat, great personality. So if by fearing to go ahead of a great personality, Krishna, Mahat, so even though it's windy, the clouds, they not go further, they don't go ahead. This is so amazing. Shukadeva Goswami Pada told, "Hey Maharaj Parikshit, look, so it's windy, generally the clouds, they go in the same direction as the wind, isn't it? Actually the clouds, they move because of the wind, isn't it? So it's like the rainy season, so much there are so many clouds, but and so much wind. But if the wind is not favorable, actually it won't rain, because maybe what happens, the wind can make the cloud go to another direction, but in Vrindavan is different. So if the wind is moving from west to east or east to west, the clouds should go in that same direction as the wind, right? But something amazing happens in Vrindavan, is that
आगे नहीं जा रहा।
The cloud is not moving according to the wind. Like maybe Krishna is walking, then certainly Krishna just stops and he stands. It's not that Krishna will be always walking. Sometimes Krishna stops. And then when Krishna is just standing, the cloud is also
कृष्ण के मस्तक के ऊपर मानो खड़े हो जाते हैं।
stops on the head of Krishna, like over Krishna.
जैसे मैंने उदाहरण
Just like the example I gave.
था,
Jata,
धारी
Chatradhari, just like a person holding the umbrella for the king.
छत्र धारण
Someone who is holding the umbrella for the king, just like
राजा की मस्तक
that person who will always just hold the umbrella over the king's head.
हाँ, समझे?
Do you understand?
क्यों कह रहे हैं यहाँ पर महत महत अतिक्रमेण भयेन महत के अतिक्रमण
So Mahatati Kramena Bhayana means because if you go ahead, like cross, if you go ahead, a Mahat, great personality, great devotee, you lose everything. You lose your
हो जाता है नष्ट।
diminish, it will lessen, it will be destroyed. What? Your fame, age, beauty, opulence.
यहाँ पर भी श्रीमद् भागवत में
In the Bhagavatam,
में आ रहे हैं।
like you lose your opulence, beauty, fame if you go ahead,
महाराज के कहने लगे,
like walk ahead of a saint.
हे महाराज,
So Shukadeva Goswami told to Maharaj Parikshit,
देवता लोग
look, the demigods,
कभी कभी
sometimes they,
अहंकार में राजस गुण में
because of the Rajagun,
अहंकार में
mode of passion and ahankar, this ego,
क्या बोलते हैं
so the Rajaguna, mode of passion. So how do you call Rajaguna means?
मूड ऑफ पैशन।
Mode of passion.
तो मूड ऑफ पैशन जब आ जाता है
So when this mode of passion comes, ahankar also comes.
अभिमान में
Like this, I am the doer mood. You're thinking you're the doer, ego coming.
आया समझिए।
Do you understand?
तब भगवत कृपा वो
Then in this moment,
विस्मृत हो जाए, भूल जाते
you forget the mercy of Lord.
हैं। देवता लोग जो अपने
So the demigods, they got their position because of God's mercy.
कैसे प्राप्त किया
How did they get that position? The demigods. God himself gave this position to the demigods. Like Indra is actually only a post, like a post.
इंद्र के पद
So God gave this post to Indra.
वो पद प्राप्त करके क्या होता है
So because he got this post, actually he
वो अभिमानी हो जाता
became so like arrogant and proud,
है।
you know, and puffed up.
इसलिए महत्व चढ़ने अपराध हो जाता है।
So there's an offense
ठीक उसी प्रकार
of like going ahead.
गुरु बृहस्पति के कृपा से
Sorry. So by the mercy of Brihaspati, Indra got his position.
और गुरु
Right.
क्या कर देता है वो
And what's he's doing with his guru?
अवज्ञा कर दी।
He dishonored his guru.
टीकाकार इसी प्रकार कहते हैं
The commentary explains
करते करते
the sadhaka doing bhajan slowly.
कभी कभी
Sometimes
मैं
the sadhaka thinks, oh, because of my strength, of my sadhana and my bhajan, myself, I'm doing everything because of my own strength. Sometimes the devotee thinks.
इसी भावना करके जब
So,
अवज्ञा कर दी
if you dishonor the guru with this kind of bhavas, moods or sentiments, what will happen to you?
तब उनके भक्ति क्षीण हो जाती है।
Your bhakti starts to like lessen, to diminish.
उसके हृदय में अनेक प्रकार जो है
So, and many kinds of
काम क्रोध आदि
desires, lust and anger will come to your heart and pollute your heart, contaminate your heart.
इसी प्रकार यहाँ पर कह रहे हैं ये महाराज
So here explains, hey Maharaj Parikshit,
ये
diminish, yes.
ये गुरु अवज्ञा कर रहे
So the demigods, they dishonor their guru.
हैं। इसके फलस्वरूप
And as a fruit of that, what happened?
उनके शक्ति
Their potency, what happens to their potency?
हो जाता है
Diminishes.
और उस समय
Then at this moment, the the demons attack them.
अभी बलि महाराज ने क्या की
So now Bali Maharaj, what did he do?
स्वर्ग राज्य को अधिकार कर लिया
He conquered the kingdom of Swarga. He conquered Swarga.
और देवता लोग छद्मवेश में धारण करके इधर
So the demigods, they went under disguise and they left Swarga, scattered here and there, running away. So the mother of the demigods, who is their mother? Who is the mother of the demigods?
हैं?
Aditi. We are listening about Devahuti.
बताओ।
Aditi.
अदिति हैं? याद रखना चाहिए।
You should remember the name of the mother of the demigods.
महात कहने लगे,
So Shukadeva Goswami told, Hey Maharaj Parikshit.
इंद्र आदि देवता कहीं जाकर छिप गए,
So when Indra and the demigods they hid,
अधिकार कर लिया, तब देव माता अदिति
so text 1,
रोने बिलख
chapter 16, canto 8.
नाथ हो गई।
Shukadeva Goswami said, O king, when Aditi's son, the demigods, had thus disappeared from heaven, and the demons had occupied their places, Aditi began lamenting as if she had no protector. So Kashyap Rishi had many wives, especially two are very famous. One was Aditi and another was Diti.
अदिति के पुत्र जो
The son of Aditi were
वो हो गया,
the demigods,
के पुत्र हो
and the sons of Diti were the demons.
है। इसलिए अदिति देव माता अदिति
So the mother of the demigods, Aditi,
अपने पति के पास गए, कश्यप के पास गए।
So
जिस समय कश्यप हैं, समाधिस्थ होकर के बैठे थे,
Kashyap, he was for a long time in trance, in meditation.
देखा कि आस
Then he returned to his home,
देखा उत्सव नहीं है, कहीं
and he saw nobody was happy.
उल्लास
His wife was not happy.
न ही उल्लास व आनंद है।
He saw the need Aditi neither jubilant nor festive.
देश कालोचित
O best of the Kurus, verse 3. When Kashyap Muni had been properly received and welcomed,
आसन ग्रहण कर
he took his seat and then spoke as follows to his wife Aditi, who was very morose. O most gentle one, I wonder whether anything inauspicious has now taken place.
है। कश्यप कहने लगे, भाई
So Kashyap told her,
इतने दुखी क्यों हो?
Why are you so upset? Why are you so unhappy?
अपवद्रंगन विप्राणं भद्रे लोके उधुना आगत न धर्मस्य न लोकस्य मृत्युच्छ अनुवर्तिनः। हे भद्रे,
O most gentle one,
में धर्म कहीं लोप तो नहीं हो गया?
I wonder whether anything inauspicious has now taken place in regard to religious principles.
मंगल तो
The Brahmanas or the people in general who are subject to the whims of death.
नहीं।
O my wife, who are very much attached to household life, if the principles of religion, economic development, and satisfaction of the senses are properly followed in household life,
उसमें
one's activities are as good as those of a transcendentalist.
ये तीनों को सेवा में
I wonder whether there have been any discrepancies in following these principles.
गृहस्थ लोग क्या चाहते हैं? तीन
So, the Grihastas, they want three things. They want the three Varga. Three things they want.
त्रिवर्ग क्या है?
What are the three Vargas?
धर्म
Dharma, Artha, and Kama.
है। धर्म किसको कहा जाता है?
So, what is Dharma?
त्रिवर्ग जो क्या धर्म
One of the three Vargas.
अपने कुटुंब आदि के साथ है, यथायथ व्यवहार करके उनके प्रीति रखना, उसके धर्म कहा जाता है।
So, Dharma religiosity is like to serve your family and your society with love and affection
कि आदर अभ्यर्थना
and with respect, like to your parents or to your friends. This is like in religiosity.
आते हैं,
If a saint comes, you also
सेवा
serve them.
करना है। ये गृहस्थ के धर्म है कि नहीं?
So, this is the Dharma of the Grihastas.
धर्म कहा जाता है।
Griha Dharma.
गृह धर्म में ये सब आ जाता है।
So, these all come into Griha Dharma.
समाज और नियम
Household duties.
शासन के पालन
I
करना,
have to follow the rules of society and of the country. This is for Grihastas.
और धर्म अर्थ क्या है?
What is Artha?
इकोनॉमिकल डेवलपमेंट।
Economical development.
अर्थ को क्या करना है? अर्थ हमें चाहिए।
So we need money.
बिना अर्थ से तो गृहस्थ धर्म
Without money, you cannot follow your Grihasta ashram.
है।
Grihasta Dharma. You're like every day in the morning,
प्रातः काल होने के साथ
early in the morning, immediately,
बैग खोलना पड़ता है।
you have to open your money bag like a wallet, isn't it?
आज बात ये सही है
This is true or not?
है? बाजार जाना
You
पड़ता
have to go to the shop, to the grocery shop. You gotta buy vegetables,
है।
and
और रोज यही काम
every day you must do those things.
है कि नहीं?
isn't it?
तो महात्मा कोई बात नहीं,
The saints, no problem. People come and they just keep in the saint's door food. But the grihastas, they need to do these things, so they need money.
परिश्रम भी करना
So they need to work to get money.
है, है?
They need to endeavor.
इतने परिश्रम करने पर
How much they endeavor,
थोड़ा पैसा जेब
and
में
still they get just such little bit money, very little.
परिश्रम करना पड़ता है,
And they have to work so hard.
इसलिए अर्थ का धर्म
So artha, dharma, then artha. Then come sense gratification.
फिर जब अर्थ आ जाता है
So when you get money, artha,
अनेक
then you many kinds of
दर्शन के लिए
desires for having fun come in your heart. Desires for fun, or like for example, or you want things. Oh, this clothes, my clothes are not nice. I need new clothes,
बढ़ेगा,
new clothes like new garments.
नहीं तुम्हारे
The more you have money,
आगे चलोगे,
the more you have desire to spend money in many ways. Oh, this car is very old. Let's buy a new car like this.
कंप्यूटर जो है
Ah, my computer also.
जो है
This computer has become old.
हुआ नहीं, अभी जो है मॉडर्न जो
It's 1 year old, and there's another one which is more modern. So I want to change.
कामना वासना तब बढ़ जाती
So actually, the human beings,
है, उनकी सोर्स ऑफ इनकम
the more they have the source of income,
बढ़ जाता है,
like the more they have money, the more they'll have desires to buy many things.
हाथ में नहीं आ रहे,
But if you don't have money,
चला लेते हैं,
then you're just
अच्छा फट गया कोई
somehow you're just maintaining your life. Like maybe your gamcha is torn, but still you continue using it. But if you have money, then
तो आप उसको क्या करते हैं,
what will you do?
नया चीज निकाल
You want to,
रहे हैं, बोले ये ठीक नहीं,
you bought something yesterday, you've used it for 1 day, and still say, oh,
विदेश में इसे
it's old, I want to change for a new one. Actually, we see this a lot in the Western countries.
घर में गए,
So I went to one house, then I saw
उनके बरामदा के
that in the veranda,
कोठी में तो रखा है,
she had some,
कम से कम
the person,
60 जोड़ी चप्पल है, जूता है,
sorry, they have the closet. In the closet, they have
जूते की दुकान
75, I mean, more than 50 pairs of shoes. I thought that you had a shoe shop, like a shoe store.
जो है,
And all the shoes, like all the pairs of shoes, they were so like new and, brand new, very nice.
जूता क्यों,
So I thought, oh, why do you have so many shoes?
क्यों, और देखने सब जूता जो है,
And they were all these shoes, they were,
भाई इतने जूता क्यों,
Aye.
और देखने सब जूता जो है, है कि नहीं, कपड़ा है, कितने कपड़ा पड़ा रहता
so how many clothes also they had in
है,
America?
बाजार से तो खोज कर पहनते भी नहीं है, उसको रख देते हैं,
And she was not even using and keeping everything up.
करके क्यों लाए,
I don't like them, so why did you buy in the first place?
जैसे कोई मैं जाता हूँ ना ऑस्ट्रेलिया फॉस्ट्रेलिया जाता हूँ, कहता
So-
हूँ भाई तुम्हारे ये सब दो, गरीब दुखी बांट दे,
So when I go to Australia, I said,
बिल्कुल जो है,
give me, and then I will distribute to the poor. Because they have like really new clothes, so many clothes, so many.
ब्रजमंडल परिक्रमा में
So then I bring to Vrajamandala Parikrama
सब बांट देगा,
and I distribute to everyone in the Vrajamandala Parikrama.
तात्पर्य क्या है,
What does that mean?
गृहस्थ की उसी प्रकार होता है,
The Grihastas.
ये अर्थ जितनी आ जाता है
So-
उतनी उनके हृदय में अनेक
The
प्रकार
more
के
money you have, the more
भोग वासना,
you spend money in different
इसलिए धर्म,
desires
अर्थ, काम, ये
for sense
त्रिवर्ग
gratification. So
रहता है,
Dharma Artha Kam.
है?
Trivarga.
यहाँ पर उसी भी प्रकार भी कह रहे हैं,
So he is also saying.
ये धर्म अर्थ काम ये त्रिवर्ग गृहस्थ में रहता है,
So the Grihastas, they have Dharma Artha Kama.
कश्यप कह रहे हैं,
Kashyap is saying,
तुम्हारे धर्म अर्थ काम में कोई बाधाएं आए हैं, इसलिए तुम्हारे
is there any obstacle for your Dharma Artha Kama? That's why your mind is so upset. You had some obstacle for your Dharma Artha or Kama.
और अंत में कश्यप ऋषि ने पूछा,
And then Kashyap Rishi asked,
तुम्हारे सारे पुत्र कुशल से तो है ना, तुम्हारे म्लान मुख को देखकर ऐसा प्रतीत हो रहा है कि तुम्हारे
I wonder whether because of being too attached to the members of your family, you failed to properly receive uninvited guests, who therefore were not welcomed and went away.
श्री अदिति उवाच भद्रं द्विजगत्वा ब्रह्मण्यं धर्मस्य
Sorry.
त्रिवर्गस्य परं क्षेत्रं गृहमेधिनं गृह इमे। अदिति ने कहने लगे, हे
Aditi told, "Oh, my respected Brahmana husband," verse 11, "all is well with the Brahmanas, the cows, religion, and the welfare of the people. O master of the house, the three principles of Dharma, Artha, and Kama flourish in household life, which is consequently full of good fortune."
कहते हैं देखो ये गृहस्थ जो है धर्म अर्थ काम ये तीन के पुराण करते रहते हैं, सहायक भी हैं, और ये तीनों क्या करते फिर उपद्रव बना देते हैं हमें, उपद्रव समझो?
No.
ये कष्ट भी देते हैं।
So they give also problem to us. This Dharma, Artha, and Kama.
गृहस्थ धर्म में
So
धर्म अर्थ काम
the Grihastas, yeah, three things are there: Dharma, Artha, and Kama. But actually, we are upset because of these three things.
धर्म पालन नहीं करे
So if you don't follow Dharma,
तो लोग निंदा आ जाएगा,
people will criticize you.
अथवा धर्म भी पालन करे सब हमें त्रुटि करेंगे, अरे ये हमारे लिए नहीं किया, वो नहीं,
Or maybe they will say, "Oh, you didn't do this for me, or didn't do that for me."
नहीं करो,
So the more you do for other people,
वो उतना ही
still
हमें
they will
कष्ट देंगे।
give you some hardship somehow.
आश्चर्य की बात,
This is amazing.
संसार में
In this world,
सारे खून को दे दो,
you can give all your blood to this world and to everyone. Still, they won't be pleased with you.
हमारे सारे खून को
Actually, they will suck all your
जो होता है ना
blood. You know that animal, I don't know in English, what is the name?
चूस लेगी,
It's like an insect who sucks the blood of the other animals.
आज वो प्रसन्न नहीं है।
So they'll, like this kind of animal, they'll suck all your blood and still not be happy.
अर्थ धर्म अर्थ
It's a leech, not like a leech. Leech.
वो लालच
So
कभी पूरा नहीं हो,
you can get a lot of money, but you'll never be also satisfied.
कमाते रहे
You just continue earning.
विलास में मत रहे।
Be absorbed in bhogga vilas, sense gratification.
हाँ समझ,
Do you understand?
समाचार में कभी कोई सुनना पड़ता है,
Sometimes I listen to the news
कहना क्या
that
ना क्या नाम है,
Singhi, what is his name?
उत्तर कोरिया में जो
Uttar Korea, I don't know who,
क्या नाम उसका,
what is his name?
जो अपने देश को संपूर्ण रूप से वो कंट्रोल,
He controls his country completely.
चिंगना की ऐसे की नाम है जो,
Chimna, I don't know. Gurudev is talking about whom? Sorry, I don't know.
वो पूरा
Maybe some political person.
विलास में रहते हैं,
So he controls all his country and he,
करके बना कर रखते हैं।
like an emperor, and
हाँ समझ, उसके कार जब चलते हैं उसके आगे पीछे सब लोगों के रखते हैं, कितने करोड़ रुपए की उसकी कार होते हैं,
so his car is worth like billions of rupees.
वो तृप्ति इसमें हो नहीं सकता है।
Nobody can be pleased with sense gratification in this world.
और एक गृहस्थी कहा जाता है क्या, ये तीनों के उद्भव के स्थान एवं परम सहायक भी होता है। हे भगवान, मैंने अतिथि सेवक जाचकों,
O beloved husband, the fire, guests, servants, and beggars are all being properly cared for by me. Because I always think of you, there is no possibility that any of religious principles will be neglected.
ही नहीं है। हे स्वामीन,
Oh my Lord,
कौन करे,
who is telling? Aditi is telling to Kashyap.
आप जैसे
Oh my Lord, since you are a Prajapati and are personally my instructor in the principles of religion, where is the possibility that all my desires will not be fulfilled?
कौन सी ऐसी मनोकामना है जो अपूर्ण रह जाए। हे मर्जी पुत्र,
O son of Marichi,
सत्य रज और तम गुणों से युक्त
because you are a great personality, you are equal toward all the demons and demigods who are born either from your body or from your mind, and who possess one or another of the three qualities, Sattva, Raja or Tamaguna.
के प्रति समान भाव रखते हैं। भगवान जिस प्रकार सर्वत्र
But although the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Controller, is equal toward all living entities, he is especially favorable to the devotees.
भक्तिमान पुत्र इंद्र की भी रक्षा करे। हे प्रभु, मैं आपके शरणागत हूँ, आप मेरे हित के विषय में विचार कीजिए। हे सुब्रत
Therefore, most gentle Prabhu,
ने हमारे पुत्र का धन
Lord, kindly favor your maidservant. We have now been deprived of our opulence and residence by our competitors, the demons. Kindly give us protection. So Aditi, she's telling to her husband,
सबसे कह रही
Kashyap, all these things.
है ये शत्रु दैत्य ने क्या की हमारे पुत्रों का सब
So she's telling that our enemies, the demons, they took,
राज्य सब कुछ
sorry, all the opulence of our sons, everything, their kingdom.
रक्षा की
So please protect us.
प्रबल शत्रु से हमारा ऐश्वर्य श्री जस एवं स्थान
16. The demons are formidably powerful enemies have taken away our opulence, our beauty, our fame, and even our residence. Indeed, we have now been exiled, and we are drowning in an ocean of trouble.
विरक रही हूँ क्या करूँ हैं हे मंगल कृतम आप तो कल्याण करने वाली सर्वश्रेष्ठ है
O best of the sages, best of all those who grant auspicious benedictions,
ऐसा कोई उपाय
please consider our situation and bestow upon my sons the benedictions by which they can regain what they have lost. Amen.
एवं अवस्थी तो अदित्वा कस्मात् कस्मात् आह समचित्रम अहो माया बालं विष्णु स्नेहवतम सिंहबद्धमिदं जगत सुखदेव गोस्वामी पाद कहने लगे हे महाराज
Shukadeva Goswami continued.
जब अदिति ने
When Kashyap Muni was thus requested by Aditi,
तब से कुछ
he slightly smiled
और बोले अहो
and said, Ailas.
विष्णु की माया
He said, how powerful is the illusory energy of Lord Vishnu, by which the entire world is bound by affection for children.
भगवान की जो माया
So this Maya of Bhagavan is
रमणी विचित्रमयी कहा जाता है
like amazing and so much variety this Maya has and so powerful.
माया के द्वारा सब लोग क्या होता
So because of the Maya, everyone is
है मोहित होकर के
under the illusion, bound in this world by the affection of family, and this is true.
हमें कोई बंद करके नहीं रखा है
Actually, nobody is binding anyone.
अपने आप
Actually, we are ourselves
करके रखा
bound by ourselves.
कैसे
And how is this bondage? It's like some mental thing, actually, with our minds, but because of our thoughts and
मन ही
minds,
कारणम मन ही
we are bound.
मुक्तिव कारणम
The mind is the sole cause of liberation and also the sole cause of bondage.
मन ही
Shastra explains, our mind is the cause of our bondage, and also our mind is also the cause of our liberation.
हम लोग सब मन के द्वारा ही
So everything we do is because of the mind.
देखो
You can sing this word,
भाई बंधु
mother, father,
सब एक दूसरे के साथ
brother.
कैसे बंधन करके रखे हैं
So
मन के द्वारा
we are all bound because of our mind. Like our mind binds us, actually. It's a mental attachment.
और उससे
So-
कहते हैं, ममता आकर के बांध देते हैं
So this affection, this mamata comes, this possessiveness.
रस्सी
So there's the ropes of the mamata, rope
ममता रूपी रस्सी के द्वारा
of the possessiveness of the affection.
बांधे हुए
All we are bound in this world like this because of this possessiveness.
सबसे ममता हमें किस में होता है
So we have the more mamata to our body, like the most possessiveness we have, the biggest is towards our own body.
बुद्धि होने से
So when you have this bodily conception,
ममता जो है देह में आ जाता है पहले
first of all, your mamata, your possessiveness comes to your own body.
इसलिए हम ये देह को छोड़ना नहीं चाहते
That's right. That's why we don't want to give up this body. We don't want to give it up.
देह में इतने हमें अभिष्ट हम रहते हैं
Because we are so absorbed in our bodies, we have so much attachment to it.
इसलिए संत महात्मा क्या करते हैं
So the saints, what do?
देहात्म को ममता को छोड़ देते हैं
They give up this attachment to the body.
हैं?
They give it up.
ये बहुत कठिन कार्य
But it's a very difficult task.
है
It's a very difficult task.
गोपियां ने
It's
क्या
not an easy task.
स्मृति नहीं जा
But the gopis, they don't have this bodily conception.
रही है
So actually they don't have any material
या कोई संसार में
existence.
नहीं पड़े हुए
Gopis are not drowned in the material existence, material family, and this material.
हमारे शरीर में भी हमें
Even gopis say we don't even think about our own bodies. We don't even think about our own bodies.
नहीं जा संसार को
This is true.
हम लोग संसार में देहात्म बुद्धि रख के चलते
So we are in this world, in this family, because we have so much bodily conception. How to give it up? How to give up this conception of bodily conception?
इसलिए कहते हैं भजन करते करते
So doing bhajan slowly, slowly, by the mercy of Bhagavan,
वो धीरे धीरे देहात्म बुद्धि छूट जाती
slowly, slowly, or the Hatma Buddhi, bodily conception will be over.
है। सांप जैसे
Just like a snake,
केचुला के जो है स्किन को जैसे
a snake will shed its skin, and very easily the snake can just come outside, isn't it? The snake has no trouble shedding its skin and just coming outside, like coming
ठीक
out of
इसी
it.
प्रकार भजन करते करते
The same way, doing bhajan slowly, slowly,
ये शरीर अपने आप छूट जाता है।
automatically this body will be given up.
समय आसीले ये देह छाड़िया दी
Like this song explained.
भजिते हुए भजन करते करते
So doing bhajan slowly, slowly, by desire of Lord, not by my desire, by my desire, no. Because of the desire of Bhagavan, automatically your body will be like destroyed or given up.
जैसे अपने
Just like
से छोड़ करके बाहर आ जाते हैं।
Just like a snake sheds also its skin and it's coming out of the dead skin.
तो अपने इच्छा से छोड़ना चाहो तो छूटेगा नहीं।
But from your desire, you try, then it's not possible. You need to leave it to the hands of to God.
यहाँ पर
Up to God.
समस्त प्राण में हृदय में निवास करने वाले भक्त के दुख देने वाले शत्रुओं का दमन करने वाले
Kashyapa Muni continued, what is this material body made of 5 elements? It is different from the spiritual soul. Indeed, the spiritual soul, who is telling this?
कश्यप अदिति के बोल रहे
Kashyap is telling the Aditi. The spiritual soul is completely different from the material elements from which the body is made. But because of bodily attachment, one is regarded as a husband or son. These illusory relationships are caused by misunderstanding.
कारण है क देह भौतिको आत्मानं क च आत्मा प्रकृते परः कस्य के पति पुत्रद्दा मोह एव ही कारणम ये मोह ही हमें क्या करके रखा है बंद करके रखा है हम सोचते इसको छोड़ दे दूं
So,
हमारे परिवार कैसे पालन पोषण
if we are staying together just because of the
कहानी सुनाते हैं
illusion of this attachment, so we think, oh, if I give them up, how they'll be able to survive? So I'll tell some small story.
के जो प्रसिद्ध टीकाकार
A great commentarist of the Bhagavatam, very famous, called Sridhara Swami.
श्रीधर गोस्वामी पाद की जीवन इतिहास
So I tell the life history
सब लोग कहते
of the Sridhara Swami that the Vaishnavas explain about his life history.
श्रीधर गोस्वामी पाद
Sridhar Goswami Pad,
बचपन में जो है
in his childhood, he was already very renounced
वैराग्य प्रधान संसार के प्रति कोई आसक्ति नहीं रखा
and he had no attachments for material things.
आदि करते
He was doing already bhajan.
उन्होंने अपने घर में जो एकलौता जो बेटा था उनके माता पिता ने क्या कि उसके जबरदस्ती करके
He was the only son,
शादी करा दी
and his parents forced him into marriage.
कुछ दिनों के बाद उनके
After some days,
अंतर हो
his parents left body.
चले गए फिर कुछ दिनों के बाद
Then after some days,
उनके पत्नी गर्भवती हुई
his wife became pregnant.
सिद्धार्थ स्वामी पाद मन में विचार
Sridhara Swami Pad, in his mind was thinking,
कि मैं घर संसार छोड़ करके वृंदावन में
I want to give up my family and do bhajan, but how possible? How?
शादी हो गया पत्नी को कैसे
Because she got married, had gotten married. How to give up the wife? Okay, maybe give up wife, but the wife had just become pregnant.
छोड़ दे
How to give up
ऐसे करते करते
small babies?
तन करते करते
So he was thinking like this, and in this way,
दूं काल छोड़ दूं
he was thinking, okay, tomorrow I go away, tomorrow I leave my family. So he was like postponing this decision. Then, you know, his small babies
जाता है ना
were born, so he had even more attachment.
पेड़ से अधिक आसक्ति किस में होता है
So
फल में
you have more attachment to the fruit than to the tree. This is true or not?
पेड़ में तो आसक्ति रहती
So you have attachment to the tree, yes.
है आसक्ति रहती
But later on you have even more attachment to the fruits that are coming from this tree. Like if you get a son is the fruit, like of your wife. So
है सुदर्शन पर विचार करने लगे
Sridhara Swami thought,
एक तो स्त्री आसक्ति फिर दूसरी
okay, I have attachment to wife, but now I even also have attachment to
और पुत्र हो गया पुत्र
my son. So
में कैसे जाए
how can I give up my son and go?
जी की बात है
But something amazing happened.
दिन के पुत्र हुआ
After 2-3 days,
स्वर्गवास हुए मर गए।
his wife died just after 2-3 days after delivering. So even worse now because the wife was not even there anymore. So
इसे पुत्र के पालन करना पड़ेगा।
now I'll have to take care of the son.
रख करके मैं कहाँ जाऊँ?
How can I leave this boy unattended and just leave?
बहुत दिन सोच रहे, हर
So he
रोज
was
सोचते रहते हैं, आज छोड़
every day he was thinking, oh, today I'll leave, today I'll leave.
माँ उसको पालन पोषण करेगी।
Because before he was thinking the mother could take care, but the mother also died after 3 days.
अभी इसको कौन रखेगा?
Like after 3 days after delivery. So even more attachment, who will take care of this boy?
विचार कर,
He was thinking.
किंतु उन्होंने संकल्प कर लिया,
But he decided,
ये नहीं, आज ही मुझे
no, today I must give up my house. So he left.
है, जितने भी हो,
Then
पूरा बच्चे के तो ममता तो है ही।
still he had attachment for that baby boy.
पत्नी के ऊपर जितने ममता नहीं है, उससे
So
ममता किसमें होगी?
he had even more attachment
पुत्र के
for the boy than for his wife.
उसको पुत्र को छोड़ करके
So
चलने लगे,
how
उसको माने कस करके, लगाम लगा करके
so he had decided to leave the boy and go away.
आ रहे हैं वृंदावन,
So
चिंता किसको हो रही है?
whole night
घर की।
he was going to Vrindavan. The whole night he was going towards Vrindavan, just thinking about the boy. Whole night. Oh,
खिलाएंगे, घर में
who
कोई
will
है ही नहीं,
who will take care of my boy? There's no one there in the house.
माता पिता है,
His parents are not there. I mean, because he has I'm here, father and mother died, so who will take care of him?
तो चली गई तो अब ये बालक जग गया, उनके पानी कौन देगा?
Who will give water to this boy? Who will take care of him?
रात चिंतन
So he was whole night thinking about this. Then he became tired, even about thinking. Then
के गुफा में
he came to a cave in the forest,
विश्राम करने
and he took rest in that cave.
है।
You understand?
उस समय उन्होंने क्या देखा?
Then what did he see? He was sitting on the cave. There was a tree on.
पर्वत के ऊपर एक पेड़ था, पेड़ के ऊपर
So there was a tree near that, like mountain in the cave. Then a bird was there, and he was also building a nest. And there was an egg in the nest, but the egg fell down from the nest,
फट गया,
and immediately
बच्चा निकाला।
the egg was broken,
बच्चा क्या करने
and the boy came out
लगे? मुंह फाड़ रहे हैं, चीं चीं।
of the nest. And the birds, so they are like, he was just born, the baby bird, and he was like chee chee chee, screaming to get food. Then suddenly 2 birds came from out of nowhere, and they just started feeding this newborn
पक्षी साबक गया है,
bird,
अंध में रख
and they put him again back in the nest.
अंडा से
So another thing he noticed, that when
भोजन के लिए मुंह फाड़ता रहता है।
after being born, this baby bird, he was opening his mouth for
जो है जाल बुन रहे थे ऊपर से, और अकस्मात वो मकड़ा
for food.
नीचे आकर के
And then suddenly, a spider was coming from the top and just fell exactly into the mouth of the baby bird, which was open. So like automatically a snake came into his mouth, and the small bird ate the mouth. So what is the meaning? We're thinking, oh, if I don't stay here, if I don't do, then my family cannot go on without me. My family cannot go on. All human beings, they think this. They are important for their family and they cannot live without him.
मामेती
So you have this mameti,
मैं और मेरा इसके लेकर की
I and mine.
माया और इसे
So
करके
this Maya, this attachment, this illusion is keeping us.
किंतु सिद्धार्थ स्वामी पाद ने
But
देखा
Siddhartha Swami saw that actually,
तो एक अंडा फुट करके बच्चा हुई, और
So-
वो बच्चा को कैसे संरक्षित कैसे कर दिया।
so you see,
2 पक्षी आकर के
2 other birds, they came
लाकर के उठाया,
and they took care of that bird who was just born in the nest, but he had fallen from his nest like this.
शावक ने किया, छोटे बच्चा ने किया कि
So the small baby parrot,
करके खाने के लिए कहा, देखो कहाँ
he was opening his beak to eat, and Bhagavan arranged, and a spider exactly came into his mouth, and he got food.
तो वो विचार करने लगी,
So he thought, why am worried about
है
my son? Why am I worried?
चिंतन कर रहा हूँ
Why am I worried
कि मैं नहीं रहूँ,
that if I'm not there, my family would not go on without me?
तब उन्होंने की सब मोह त्याग दिया।
Then he gave up all his attachments, and then he went to Vrindavan and he did bhajan.
चलो,
So this story is there anyway.
इसलिए इसी प्रकार भी कहा, जिस कथा हम प्रसंग जो सुन रहे हैं, हे दीनवत्सल, तुम्हारी मनोकामना पूर्ण करेंगे, भगवत भक्ति कभी व्यर्थ नहीं होती, इसके अतिरिक्त अन्य कभी विधियां व्यर्थ, अन्य सभी विधियां व्यर्थ है, तुम मेरी दृढ़ सुदृढ़ धारण करो।
So Kashyap told her, hey Aditi,
चिंतन मत करो।
don't worry, okay?
शत्रु के दमन करने वाले वासुदेव की
only that person, Vasudev, can destroy the enemies, and you should worship him.
वासुदेव के आराधना करने से
For because of worshipping Vasudev,
तुम्हारे सब कुछ विपत्ति नाश हो जाएगी।
all the bad things will be destroyed for you.
अदितुवाच
Aditi said,
येनाहं विधिनां
verse 22, I think.
ब्रह्मोपत्रपास्ते जगत्पतिं यथा ते सत्संकल्पयो विदधात स मनोरथम्। अदिति ने कहा,
Aditi said,
हे भगवान,
hey Bhagavan,
मुझे बताइए
O Brahmana, tell me
इस विधि के
the regulative principles, verse 22, by which I may worship the Supreme Master of the world, so that he will be pleased with me and fulfill all my desires.
मेरा मनोरथ पूर्ण करे। पति उसको कहा जाता है, पत्नी उसको कहा जाता
So a wife or husband is that person who
है, सद उपदेश देते हैं।
give you good instructions. What is a good instruction? How to perform Bhagavad Bhajan. So that guru is not a guru, that family member is not a family member. If they don't
भगवत भजन में
inspire you or engage you
नहीं करते।
in Bhagavad Bhakti.
अनुप्राइज है उसके,
Anuprait means to encourage you in the path of Bhakti.
वो सजन सजन नहीं है
That family member is not a family member. That
जो हमें,
saint is not a saint if he's not helping us in Bhagavad Bhajan.
वो माता माता
That mother is not a mother.
जो माता
That mother who gave birth to you, she's not actually mother if she's not
प्रोत्साहित नहीं।
encouraging their kids to perform Bhagavad Bhajan.
ठीक उसी प्रकार यह
So in the same way,
कश्यप कह रहे हैं, ये
Kashyap is saying, hey Aditi,
भगवान श्री वासुदेव के जो है,
Kashyap is saying to
और इसे तुम्हारे
saying to Aditi,
मनोरथ,
is telling Aditi,
क्योंकि
worship Bhagavan and all desires will be fulfilled, all your desires. Because if you perform bhakti towards Lord, naturally you'll get dharma, artha, kama, moksha.
मावला के भांति हाथ में आ जाएगा।
They will come very easily in your hands. Inside your hand, everything will come in your hands.
धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष
Dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. They're waiting to serve the devotee.
अदित अदित हे दिशिष्ट, मैं आपके पुत्र के साथ बड़ी विपत्ति में पड़ी हुई, आप मुझे
O best of the Brahmanas, kindly instruct me in the perfect method of worshiping the Supreme Lord in devotional service, by which Lord may be soon very pleased with me and save me, along with my sons, from this most dangerous condition. Everybody wants this in this world.
संत महात्मा
When they have some problem, they come to the saints and say, Maharaj, I have this problem, how can I be free from this problem? Maharaj, the saints will only say one thing, do Bhagavad Bhajan. What else can the saints say? You can
उत्तर देगा क्या?
say, do 1,000 things, go here and there, and come back to the saint. What should I do? The saint will always say, chant holy names.
श्री कृष्ण उपाच एतन में भगवान पृष्ठ प्रजा कामस्य पद्मज जदा होते प्रक्षामि व्रतं केशव तोषणम। कश्यप जी ने कहा है, देवी
Kashyapa said, Devi, when I wanted kids,
तब मैंने पद्मजरी ब्रह्मा जी से उसी विषय में जिज्ञासा की थी।
I've asked to Brahma about this. And then
के प्रसन्न करने वाली जिस व्रत के बारे में बतलाया
I placed inquiries before Lord Brahma, who is born from a lotus flower. Now I shall explain to you the same process Lord Brahma instructed me, by which Keshav, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is satisfied.
फाल्गुन मासे फाल्गुन समरे पक्षे द्वादशकं पयोव्रतं अर्चे देव विलक्षन्त भक्ता परमाविंतम। फाल्गुन मास में शुक्ल पक्ष में 12 दिन तक
So, in the bright fortnight of the month of Falgun, February, March, for 12 days, and with Dwadasi, one should observe the vow of subsisting only on milk and should worship the lotus-eyed Supreme Personality of Godhead with all devotion.
यदि सुअर द्वारा
If dirt dug up by a boar is available, On the day of the dark moon, one should smear this dirt on his body and then bathe in a flowing river.
कथा है ना, लोग विधि के पालन करते हैं।
So people follow these rules.
अमावस्या के दिन क्या करना
So on the day of new moon, they should,
मिट्टी को खोदते हैं ना,
you know, when
उस मिट्टी के लेकर
the boar, the pigs, they
पर
dig some
कर लो, मल लो।
dirt, some soil, then they take this soil dug by the
स्नान करते समय
boar and they smear on their bodies, and then they chant this mantra when they're bathing. Which mantra? This mantra.
देवादिवारेण रहस्यं स्थानमिच्छत् तरंग देवा तंग हे पृथ्वी देवी प्राणियों के सन
Oh Mother Earth, you were raised by the Supreme Lord in the form of a boar because of your desire to have a place to stay.
किया था आप
I pray that you kindly vanquish all the reactions of my sinful life. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you.
हैं जप करो। इसके बाद अपने नित्य
Thereafter, one should perform his daily spiritual duties and then, with great attention, offer worship to the deity of the Supreme Lord
साथ
and also to the altar, the sun, water, fire, and the spiritual master.
रूप में भगवान की पूजा करें और उनकी इस प्रकार स्तुति करें। नमस्तुभ्यं भगवते पुरुषाय महीयसे सर्वभूत निवासाय वासुदेवाय साक्षिणे। हे भगवान, हे महात्मन,
O Bhagavan, hey great soul,
के आश्रय स्वरूप
I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, the Supreme Person. Being very subtle, you are never visible to material eyes. You are the knower of the 24 elements, and you are the inaugurator of the Sankhya Yoga system.
वैसे
I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, O Lord, who have 2 heads,
जानने वाले तत्व
3 legs, 4 horns, and 7 hands.
प्रवर्तक है, आपको मेरा बार-बार नमस्कार है। 26 तत्व क्या क्या है बताओ?
What are the 24 tattvas, 24 material elements? Do you know?
पंच कर्मेंद्रिय, पंच ज्ञानेंद्रिय
Pancha Karmendriya, Pancha Gyanendriya,
और
Pancha Tanmata, and Pancha Mahabhuta. These are 20.
हैं? और मन बुद्धि
Then Man, Buddhi, Ahankar, Chitta.
अहंकार चित्त
24.
तत्व
This is 24.
है। और 2 रह गया,
So,
20 तत्व हो गया,
so then 2 more left, then 26.
और फिर 2 रह
Prakrit and Purush, then 2 more for 28.
आत्मा और परमात्मा।
Atma and Paramatma.
आप जगत स्वरूप है। प्राणियों और उदनियों अर्थात जग के आरंभकालीन और समाप्तकालीन कर्मों आपके 2 सिर है। मध्याह्न और सायं ये 3
So you have 2 heads, 3 legs,
3 पाद है, चारों वेद
4 horns, the 4 Vedas,
गायत्री
and 7 hands, the 7 chandas such as Gayatri.
है, मंत्र
I offer my obeisances unto you,
कर्मों
whose heart and soul are the 3 Vedic rituals,
का वर्णन
Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, and Upasana Kanda.
ज्ञान कांड और भक्ति कांड।
Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, and Upasana Kanda.
वेदों के द्वारा आपके
And who expand these rituals in the form of sacrifice.
संवेद
I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, Lord Shiva.
किया जाता है, त्रिवेद कहा जाता है पहले।
So before
त्रिवेद का
Trived.
जैसे ऋग्वेद, ऋग्वेद के द्वारा क्या होता
So by the Rig Ved, what happened?
है? आपके प्रतिपादन आह्वान होता है। यजुर्वेद के द्वारा जजन पूजा होती है। सामवेद के
Sorry.
द्वारा
So Ayurveda Puja, Samveda
चरण
pronunciation of the mantras,
और आपका स्तवन किया जाता है।
and your glorification.
त्रिविद्या के आत्मा है, आप स्वयं जग पुरुष, आप ही जग के फल का विस्तार करने वाले हैं। आपको मेरा नमस्कार है।
I offer my obeisances unto you, whose heart and soul are the 3 Vedic rituals. There is a shloka in the Bhagavad Gita who explains how Krishna also, he is the...
गुण विषय वेदान गुण भवार्जुनो। हे अर्जुन,
Hey Arjun,
ये वेदों जो है
the Vedas,
ऋग, साम और
Rig, Sam, and
तीनों वेदों की
Jajur.
त्रिगुण विषय वेदा, तीन गुण है सत्व रजो तमो गुण के द्वारा
So they have three guns in these Vedas,
गुण भवार्जुन
Sattva, Raja and Tama. But oh Arjun,
तीन
you
वेदों के
should
ऊपर जाओ
be beyond these three Vedas.
हाँ सुन वेद की तात्पर्य क्या है
What is the meaning of the Vedas?
कृष्ण भक्ति
Krishna Bhakti.
इसका त्रैगुण्य विषय वेदा नैस्त्रिगुण्य भवार्जुन जो ऋग साम और यजुर्वेद
Rig, Sam and Yajurved.
जो कहा गई इस जो कुछ कहा गया ये समझते क्या है त्रिगुणात्मिक कहा गया
So these three Vedas, they are Trigunatmika, three modes of nature.
नमः विश्वाय रुद्राय नमः शक्तिधराय च सर्वविद्याधिपतये भूतानां पतये नमः आप ही लोक कल्याणकारी विश्व रूप और प्रलयकारी रुद्र रूप एवं समस्त
I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, Lord Shiva or Rudra, who are the reservoir of all potencies, the reservoir of all knowledge, and the master of everyone.
है संग भगवान तीन त्रिविध रूप में
So Bhagavan himself, he manifests in three ways,
सृष्टि
and he creates this material world,
और
takes care and destroys everything.
है ब्रह्मा के रूप में पालन एक सृष्टि करते हैं
So in the form of Brahma he creates,
ढंग से करते
in the form of Shiva he destroys,
हैं नारायण के रूप में
and in the form of Narayana,
है क्या करते हैं
what does he do?
पालन करते हैं विष्णु के जगत को पालन करते हैं
He takes care.
हे हिरण्यगर्भ आप इस जगत के प्राण स्वरूप है संपूर्ण जगत के जीवन है समस्त जोग एवं ऐश्वर्य आपके
Oh Hiranyagarbha, I offer my respectful obeisance unto you, the source of life, the super soul of every living entity.
बारंबार
Your body is the source of the opulence of all mystic power. I offer my respectful obeisance unto you.
गौर हरि है आप
I offer my respectful obeisance unto you, who are the original personality of Godhead, the witness in everyone's heart, and the incarnation of Nara, Narayana Rishi. Nara means human being, Narayana Shri Hari,
और समस्त जीवों की
in the form of a human being. Oh God, I offer my respectful obeisance unto you.
हरि भगवान
My Lord, I offer my respectful obeisance unto you, who are dressed in yellow garments, whose bodily hue resembles the
हे केशव
Marakata gem,
संपद एवं
and who have full control
लक्ष्मी जी
over the goddess of fortune.
आपको मेरा
O my Lord Keshava, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you.
इसी प्रकार अनेक प्रकार स्तुति आदि को मैंने बताया
So many stutis, many prayers.
इस प्रकार कश्यप जी कहने लगे इस प्रकार मंत्र के द्वारा भगवान
So by mantras,
का आह्वान करें वो परम
Bhagavan
श्रद्धा के साथ
Hrishikesha was called,
आचमन आदि के द्वारा उनका अर्चन पूजा
and they worshipped Keshav with many articles of archan. Kashyap Muni, verse 38, no? Kashyap Muni, by chanting all these mantras, welcoming Lord,
सर्वव्यापी
offer him items of worship,
दूध से स्नान कराए उसके बाद वस्त्र उपवीत अलंकार पाद्य आदि एवं धूप दीप
39. In the beginning, the devotees should chant the Dwadashakar mantra and offer flower garlands,
देवा
incense, and so on.
तो मंत्र
After worshipping the Lord in this way, one should bathe the Lord with milk and dress him in proper garments, sacred thread, and ornaments,
नमो भगवते
and chant also.
वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय इस मंत्र का जप करें
So also chant this mantra.
यदि सामर्थ्य रहे तो दूध में पकाए हुए अथवा
If one can afford to, one should offer the deity fine rice
खाली चावल का
boiled in milk with clarified butter and molasses.
मूल मंत्र
While chanting the same original mantra, one should offer all this to the fire.
है मूल मंत्र क्या
So the Mula mantra, what is the Mula mantra? Like the main mantra?
ते वासुदेवाय इसलिए निवेदित तद भक्ताय इस नैवेद्य के वैष्णव भक्त के प्रदान करें एवं स्वयं ग्रहण कर ले। इसके बाद
One should offer all the prasad to a Vaishnava or offer him some of the prasad and then take some oneself. After this, one should offer the deity Achaman and then betel nuts and then again worship the Lord. Thereafter, 42, one should silently murmur the mantra 108 times. And offer praise to the Lord for his glorification. And then one should circumambulate the Lord and finally, with great delight and satisfaction, offer obeisances, falling straight like a rod. Dandavat. After touching one's head, all the flowers and water offered to the deity, one should throw them into a sacred place. Then one should feed at least 2 brahmanas with sweet rice. So feed how many brahmanas at least? At least 2 brahmanas. Feed them with sweet rice. One should perfectly honor the respectful brahmanas. One should perfectly honor the respectable brahmanas one has fed, and then after taking their permission, one should take prasad with his friends and relatives. For that night, one should observe strict celibacy, and the next morning, after bathing again, with purity and attention, one should bathe the deity of Vishnu with milk and worship him according to the methods formerly stated in detail. Worshipping Lord Vishnu with great faith and devotion and living only by drinking milk, one should follow this vow. One should also offer oblations to the fire and feed the brahmanas as mentioned before.
श्रद्धा तथा भक्ति पूर्वक भगवान विष्णु के पूजा करे और आहार रूप में केवल दूध ग्रहण करे। इस व्रत का पालन करते ये तुम्हारे पूर्ववत प्रतिदिन अग्नि में आहुति देनी चाहिए और ब्राह्मण को भोजन कराना चाहिए। इसको कहा जाता है पयोव्रत कार्य।
This is called payovrat. Payo means milk. So in this way, until 12 days have passed, one should observe this payovrat, worshipping the Lord every day, executing the routine duties, performing sacrifices and feeding the Brahmins. For how many days? 12 days. From Pratipat until the 13th day of the next bright moon, Shukla Trayodasa, one should observe complete celibacy, sleep on the floor, bathe 3 times a day, and thus execute the vow. During this period, one should not unnecessarily talk of material subjects or topics of sense gratification. One should be completely free from envy of all living entities, and one should be a pure and simple devotee of Lord Vasudeva. So on the day of Trayodasi, after 12 days, you should so have to bathe Vishnu with Panchamrita, milk, yogurt, ghee, honey and sugar. So what I forgot? Sugar. So during this period, one should not giving up 51-52, giving up miserly habit of not spending money, one should arrange for the gorgeous worship of the Supreme Lord Vishnu, who is situated in the heart of every living entity. With great attention, one must prepare an oblation of grains boiled in ghee and milk and must chant the Purusha Sukta mantra. The offerings of food should be of varieties of tastes. In this way, one should worship God. So you should have to offer many things to Lord for His pleasure. Pakora, laddu, fried foodstuff. So many things for God you prepare. Oh Devi. One should satisfy the spiritual master, who is very learned in Vedic literature, and should satisfy his assistant priestess. One should please them by offering them clothing, ornaments, and cows. 54. O most auspicious lady, one should perform all the ceremonies under the direction of learned acharyas and should satisfy them and their priests. By distributing prasada, one should also satisfy the brahmanas and others
यथायोग्य दक्षिणा
who
देनी
have
चाहिए
assembled.
और वहाँ पर आए हुए चंडाल आदि सभी को अन्न आदि का प्रसाद वितरित करके संतुष्ट करना चाहिए।
By distributing prasada, one should also
दक्षिणा भी दे दो।
satisfy the brahmanas and others who have assembled. Give donation also.
अंध कृपण आदि सभी को भोजन करा देने से सर्वात्मा विष्णु प्रसन्न होते हैं।
Some monetary contribution. One should distribute Vishnu prasada to everyone, including the poor man, the blind man, non-devotee, and the non-brahmana. Knowing that Lord Vishnu is very pleased when everyone is sumptuously fed with Vishnu prasad, the performer of Jagya should then take prasad of his friends and relatives. Every day from Pratipat to Trayodashi, one should continue the ceremony to the accompaniment of dancing, singing, the beating of drum, chanting of prayers, the auspicious mantras, and recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, one should worship the Supreme Lord.
हे प्रिय अपरिव्रत नाम का प्रसिद्ध व्रत परम पुरुष श्री हरि की आराधना करे। इस पितामह ब्रह्मा जी ने मुझे जिस
This is the religious ritualistic ceremony known as Payobrat, by which one may worship the Supreme God. I received this information from Brahma, my grandfather, and now I have described it to you in all details. O most fortunate lady, establishing your mind in a good spirit, execute this process of Payovrat and thus worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Keshava, who is inexhaustible.
हे कल्याणी, इस यज्ञ का सर्वज्ञ इस यज्ञ को सर्व यज्ञ भी कहते हैं, अर्थात मात्र इस यज्ञ को करने के समस्त यज्ञ का स्वतः ही अनुष्ठान हो जाता है। सर्व व्रत को करने से समस्त व्रत का फल।
This is the best process for pleasing the Supreme Lord, known as Adoksaj. It's the best of all regulative principles, the best of austerity, the best process of giving charity, and the best process of sacrifice. Therefore, my dear gentle lady, follow this ritualistic vow, strictly observing the regulative principles. By this process, the Supreme Person will very soon be pleased with you and will satisfy all your desires. Therefore, my dear gentle lady, follow this ritualistic vow, strictly preserving the regulative principles. By this process, the Supreme Person will be very soon be pleased with you and will satisfy all your desires. So which vow he told? He mentioned the Payobrat. So for how many days you have to follow that vow? For 12 days. So next chapter. So Aditi wants have to do everything to have God as her son. Okay, those who have no son, but if she followed this vrat, this vow, then he should get Bhagavan as her son. So this is an infallible vow. Time is up, no? Prepare for the arati. Other people didn't come today. So Shukadeva Goswami said, verse 17, O king, after Aditi was thus advised by her husband Kashyap Muni, she strictly followed his instructions without laziness, and in this way performed the Payovrat ritualistic ceremony. With full undiverted attention, Aditi thought of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and in this way brought under full control her mind and senses, which resembled forceful horses.
तदंतर अखिलात्मा भगवान वासुदेव के मन को स्थिर करके चित्त की दृढ़ता के साथ अदिति व्रत का अनुष्ठान पूर्ण किया। हे वत्स, व्रत अनुष्ठान करने लगी हुई अदिति सम्मुख
So with
पिताम्बर
full undiverted attention, Aditi thought of of God, and in this way brought under full control her mind and senses. She concentrated her mind upon Lord Vasudeva. Thus she performed the Payovrat. The Supreme Lord, dressed in yellow garments and bearing a conch shell, this club and lotus in his four hands, then appeared before Aditi. When the Supreme Lord became visible to Aditi's eyes, Aditi was so overwhelmed by the transcendental bliss that she at once stood up and then fell to the ground, like a rod, to offer to the Lord her respectful obeisances. Aditi stood silently with folded hands, unable to offer prayers to the Lord, because when you see Lord, you feel so much waves of bliss in your hearts, then your throat becomes choked, and you just continue crying again and again. So she stood silently with folded hands, unable to offer praise to the Lord. Because of the transcendental bliss, tears filled her eyes, and the hairs on her body stood on end. Because she could see the Lord's face to face, she felt ecstasy, and her body trembled. O Maharaj Parikshit, the demigods Aditi then began offering her praise to Lord in a faltering voice and with great love. She appeared as though drinking through her eyes the Supreme Lord, who is the husband of Goddess of Fortune. So this stuti is very beautiful. Many stutis.
Jagge sajagga purusachuta tirthapadam tirtha sravana mangalanama deyam apatra lokam brijino paso daddajasam nang.
Aditi said, O Master and Enjoyer, verse 8, chapter 17, O Master and Enjoyer of all sacrificial ceremonies, O infallible and most famous person, whose name when chanted spreads all good fortune, O original Lord, Supreme Controller, shelter of all holy places, Tirthapad. Tirthapada means all holy places are in lotus feet of God. Ganga, etc., they are at the feet of Lord. O Lord, Supreme Controller, shelter of all holy places, you are the shelter of all poor, suffering living entities, and you have appeared to diminish their suffering. Please be kind to us and spread our good fortune. So she started offering prayers. Later we continue.
Sri Sukavacha Aditeva Suto Rajanam Bhagavana Puskarekshanam Khetragga Sarvabhutanaviti Uvacha Bharata.
Shukadeva Goswami said, O King, best of the Bharata dynasty, when the lotus-eyed Lord, the super soul of all living entities, was thus worshipped by Aditi, he replied as follows. What did he say? Bhagavan told, O mother of the demigods, I have already understood your long-cherished desires for the welfare of your sons, who have been deprived of all opulences and driven from their residence by their enemies. I'll protect you. Hey Devi, O goddess, I can understand that you want to regain your sons and be together with them, so worship me, after defeating the enemies in battle and retrieving your abode and opulences. You want to see the wives of the demons lamenting for the death of their husbands when those demons, the enemies of your son, are killed in battle by the demigods, of whom Indra is the chief.
ऐसा करते हुए देख देख सकते हो। तुम्हारे अभिलाषा है कि
You want
तुम्हारे पुत्र को जो
your sons to regain their lost reputation
वो सब तुम्हें
and
प्राप्त
opulence
हो जाए और तुम
and
अपने
live again on their heavenly planets as usual.
देख सको। हे देवी मेरे
Oh, Mother of the demigods,
इस समय असुर
in my opinion, almost all the chiefs of the demons are now unconquerable, for they are being protected by Brahmanas, whom the Supreme Lord always favors.
वे सुख नहीं और ब्राह्मण के द्वारा सुरक्षित
Thus, the use of power against them now will not be all. Now, thus the use of power against them now will not be at all a source of happiness.
इस समय तुम्हारे पुत्रों के लिए
So he's saying it's not possible for your sons now to conquer the demons. Why?
संग ईश्वर उनके अनुकूल है और वे लोग ब्राह्मणों के द्वारा
Because they are protected by the Brahmanas.
बल दिखाने से सुख नहीं मिल सकता। हे देवी फिर भी तुम्हारे बल व्रत के अनुष्ठान
Devi, yet because I have been satisfied by the activities of your vow,
मुझे कोई न
I must find some means to favor you, for worship of me never goes in vain, but certainly gives the desired road, the results according to that one desires.
सी होती है। जैसे श्रद्धा आपके पास है,
So if you have Shraddha,
पाठ पूजा किया श्रद्धा के ऊपर है।
so
जैसे श्रद्धा के साथ आप पाठ पूजा
if
करोगे,
you read
फल दे देते हैं।
the books and everything,
जब करे तपस्या
do fire sacrifice, do japa, do fire sacrifice, whatever you do, all mantras, the benefit you get depends on the fruit, the Shraddha, the faith you have. Then Bhagavan will give a fruit accordingly to you,
इसे कहते हैं
according to your faith.
हे अदिति
So hey Aditi,
तुमने अपनी संतान के संरक्षण के लिए
you have prayed to me and properly worshipped me by performing the great Payovrata ceremony for the sake of protecting your sons.
मैं कष्ट
Because of Kashyap Muni's austerities, I shall agree to become your son
प्रवेश कर
and thus protect your other
मैं
sons.
सब मैं ही संस से तुम्हारा पुत्र बनकर तुम्हारी भी पुत्र की रक्षा करूंगा। स्वयं भगवान कहने लगे।
So Bhagavan is telling to Aditi, is telling Aditi.
इसलिए पयव्रत व्रत करना चाहिए।
So we should follow the Payovrat, this vow that she followed.
उपधावपतिं भद्रे
You have prayed to me and properly worshipped me by performing the great Payovrat ceremony for the sake of protecting your sons. Because of Kashyap Muni's austerities, I shall agree to become your son and thus protect your other son.
पति कश्यप के शरीर में अवस्थित हूँ।
After thinking of me as being situated within the body of your husband, Kashyap, so he's Vasudev, so he said, I'm also in the heart of your husband.
इस भाव से मेरा चिंतन
So
करो।
go worship your husband who has been purified by his austerity. Always think of me as being situated within the body of your husband.
बहुत है आगे जाकर पढ़ो।
Later I'll continue explaining because
और संग भगवान कहने लगे,
so Swayam Bhagavan told,
ऋषि कहने लगे, हे
sorry,
देवी,
Kashyap, she said,
पूछने पर कभी भी इस बात
so he told, oh lady, even if someone inquires, you should not disclose this fact to anyone. That which is very confidential is successful if kept secret.
फलदायक होता है। कार्य सिद्धि जब तक नहीं हो
So if you haven't achieved what you want, you should not talk about it.
बोलना
You should not talk about it to anyone.
हाँ समझ।
Do you understand?
पहले अपने ठेड़ा पे पीट दिया,
So you decided something,
सिद्धि नहीं होगा।
but if you tell others, you cannot, that won't be successful. So if your thing is not yet successful, you should not tell to anyone about it, about your plan.
वंशागुरु से कृपा सिंधुवेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। बोलो वृंदावन बिहारी लाल।
I will come back to the first 5 minutes to translate.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। हैं? इस मंत्र को उच्चारण करने से
So if you chant this mantra,
समस्त जितने प्रकार के
all of your
हमारे हृदय में मन में अभिष्ट वस्तु है,
all desires you have in your mind you'll attain if you chant this mantra.
क्या मंत्र जप करना है?
Which mantra you have to chant?
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ये शक्तिशाली मंत्र है।
It's a very powerful mantra.
अच्छा आरती करो।
Okay, do arati. I'll come back to the beginning. Come back to the beginning of the video. Just first 5 minutes we lost, and also I would like to make some amendments, some correction in the broadcast, some translation I did 2 days ago, I think. 2 days ago, Gurudeva was telling about some, I don't remember the context, I'm sorry, but it was in the end of the Harikatha. Actually, not 2 days ago, 1 day ago. I think 1 day ago, Gurudeva was telling the end of Harikatha about the power of the Prashadam, I think. And he mentioned some fire sacrifice, that the ghost came, and the ghost didn't want the fire sacrifice, but at the end the ghost took Mahaprasad, and the ghost disappeared. So the devotees explained what happened was a few, I think, I don't know when exactly, I think maybe 2-3 days ago, I don't know, some days ago, our Gurudeva, he performed the fire sacrifice, like Pindadan, because somebody had left body, and Gurudeva was doing the fire sacrifice, and in the middle, and Gurudeva went to the house of this devotee to perform the fire sacrifice, and in the beginning of the fire sacrifice, I mean, I don't know, beginning or middle, the lady of the house, like the wife of the house, who was also like receiving Gurudeva, and I think Srila Madhava Maharaj was also there, she started receiving the ghost, like the ghost came in her body in the middle of the fire sacrifice, and the ghost that they were trying to make the pindadan for, the person who had left body. Then, but the lady, she was taken by the ghost, and like she was like screaming, and she was beating her own head. She was like very different behavior, like everybody could see something was happening with her. Everybody was surrounding her, like what happened, and she was, I don't know, on the floor, and like how to say, like moving her body like in many directions and hitting her own head like this. And then Gurudev started to speak to the ghost inside her, and then the ghost was telling something like, I don't want this fire sacrifice, I don't want. But Gurudev continued, and I think Gurudev also was like then what happened was in the end of the fire sacrifice, they went to give her the prashadam. I mean to this lady who was possessed by the ghost, right? I mean, because the lady was not possessed by the ghost, she was only doing the pindadan, but in this pindadan, this ghost came to her body, right? So she, when they offered the Mahaprasad, ghost also didn't want to take Mahaprasad. He didn't want the ghost. No, I don't want. But they forcefully gave just a little bit of Mahaprasad in the mouth of this lady. Immediately when they gave the Mahaprasad on her mouth, immediately she became back to normal, just like as she was normal, and just like receiving the sadhu in her house. She didn't, because the lady didn't even maybe realize that the ghost came in her body, so she didn't even, she behaved completely normal. It's like nothing happened, and she just was like normal, receiving Gurudev and the Vaishnavas at her place. After Mahaprasad touched her lips, then the ghost took the Mahaprasad, right? So the ghost disappeared from her body. So Gurudev was mentioning this about the power of Mahaprasad. So the first 5 minutes now, this was yesterday, so just now first 5 minutes we lost.
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriyam Om Vrinda Vai Tulasi Devai Priya Vai Keshavasya कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदी देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। कल हम लोग श्रीमद् भागवतम
So yesterday,
अष्टम स्कंद
8th canto Srimad Bhagavatam,
16th chapter,
chapter 16.
8th canto 16th chapter। कल हम लोग इस कथा प्रसंग
So we were talking about this yesterday.
ये जब बलि महाराज ने
So when Bali Maharaj
स्वर्ग आदि को क्या कर लिया, अधिकृत कर लिया। अधिकृत समझते हो?
So Bali Maharaj conquered Swarga.
कंकर स्वर्गलोक है। तब देवता लोग क्या हो गया, उस स्थान को छोड़ करके वेश बदल कर इधर उधर भटक।
So the demigods, they went in disguise and they went here and there. They like disappeared from Swarga.
इस प्रसंग में भी कहा देवता लोग स्वर्गलोक से क्यों च्युत किए?
So why did demigods they left Swarga?
गुरु के चरण में अपराध होने पर,
Because they committed offense into the lotus feet of their own guru.
इन लोग की तेज व शक्ति, देवता की शक्ति
And because of this, the power of the gods,
छीन प्राप्त हो।
they diminished, like they lost their strength,
और उस समय
some of their strength. So
लोग
then
स्वर्ग राज्य आक्रमण कर देते हैं। महतो
the demons attacked Swarga and they could conquer Swarga. Because if you
माने गुरु की
walk ahead
पर
of the sadhus, or if you like dishonor guru,
बुद्धि जसो
then you lose all your power, strength, beauty, age, everything
छीन हो जाता है।
starts to diminish.
इस प्रसंग में सुखदेव गोस्वामी पाद
In this context, Shukadeva Goswami told a very beautiful katha from the Venu Gita.
विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती टीका में वर्णन करते जा रहे हैं। कृष्ण
Vishwanath Chakravarti Pada explains in the commentary.
गोचारण कर रहे हैं।
So when Krishna was grazing the cows,
करने के समय देखो विशेष कृष्ण के उस समय क्या था, ग्रीष्म काल था।
so it was like summertime when Krishna was grazing the cows.
इसलिए मानो सब उत्तप्त होकर जल रहे हैं, गर्मी में सब जल रहे हैं।
So in the summertime everything's burning, you know, like so hot, because it's very hot. It's very hot. Everything is hot. So so the clouds, they start to think,
मैं गोविंद की सेवा करूं,
I want to serve Govinda.
क्योंकि वृंदावन में जो कुछ भी है सब अपराकृत है।
Everything which is in Vrindavan is transcendental.
सेवा की भावना चाहता है।
And everything in Vrindavan has the service mood, desire to serve.
तो उस समय बादल क्या करने लगे, धीरे धीरे
So the clouds, they start to rain very softly, like a drizzling.
उस जन बूंद पड़ रहे हैं, धीरे 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 धीरे
Very like drizzling, very soft rain.
जल की जो बारिश पड़ने लगी, और उससे कृष्ण के शरीर के जो ताप जो है,
And then this heat that Krishna is feeling in his body, slowly this heat is cooled off, like it's being cooled because of the soft and light rain.
फिर बादल विचार करने लगे, कृष्ण तो गोचारण करने के लिए जा रहे हैं, गायों के पीछे बछड़ियों के पीछे दौड़ रहे हैं।
Krishna is going after the cows,
कृष्ण जिस तरफ चलते रहते हैं व दौड़ते रहते हैं, बादल उसी दिशा के तरफ
and
ही
the clouds, they are following Krishna. If Krishna is running to one side, then the clouds are also following him in the same side, like this, the same side, going to the same direction.
कभी तो सीधी नहीं चलती है,
No, but the cows and the calves, they never go straight. They don't walk straight.
चलते कभी दाएं
Sometimes they go right, sometimes left, sometimes front, sometimes back.
है, विशेष करके
Especially in the
जो है
calves, especially, or the female or male calves.
वो क्या करते हैं,
They
वो कभी थोड़ा आगे जा करके फिर पीछे घूम करके आ जाता है,
sometimes they go
है,
like front, back,
फिर आगे चलते हैं, दाएं चलते भागते
right side, left side.
हैं। और कृष्ण भी वह बछड़े को पकड़ने के लिए और उनके पीछे पीछे दौड़ते हैं।
And Krishna goes running behind them to try to catch them.
बादल भी क्या करते हैं,
So the clouds,
पीछे पीछे आगे
they also follow Krishna,
माने बादल आगे चल रहे, माने कृष्ण के ऊपर
trying to follow up Krishna, trying to keep up with Krishna, you know. If Krishna goes behind, they also go behind, front. If Krishna stops, cloud also stops.
छत्रधारी
Just like somebody who is holding umbrella for the king.
राजा के सिर पर जो छाता लेकर के चलते हैं, तो छत्रधारी कहा।
So from here I was already translating, so I'll stop here. Jai Sri Gurudev ki jai.